everyone to our weekly blog for week 29. And
Yeah,
welcome, Frederick. And where are you now?
I am in Hovmantorp, outside Växjö. Of all places, that's where I am. So
Mhm.
at the camping site. Well, just stopping by, so we're not camping, but yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you have a nice weather, but unlike Kalmar, we have cloudy and windy.
Yeah, it could have been better here as well. So
Mhm.
I think it's fine. It's good enough.
Mhm. So, welcome, everyone, and good afternoon. And I will right away start sharing my screen so that you can see the agenda today. So this week, basically, we have lots of stuff to share because next week we have lots of things to do and more fun. And I will quickly summarize what we have been doing this week. So this week was basically one of the busiest week for us in terms of guest lectures, in terms of workshops, and so on. So on Monday we had Mats from Sensitive AB, where they are uh, providing services, IoT services to real estate owners or let's say businesses for smart monitoring or smart operations and so on. And then on Tuesday we had this interesting lecture by Karin and Matthias from Tele2, where they are basically providing communication services or network services to individuals and also to businesses. And not yesterday, on Wednesday, you had this session with Pietro on Docker, right?
Yes, that's correct. So I think that was very useful. At least I learned a little bit myself because I seldom work with the Docker images and container from from the way he showed. So that was a great session, I think. So
That's also my aim. Basically, I could not follow the full lecture, but I'm in the middle of the lecture. And then yesterday we had Jamie from Things Industries. So he also gave some live use cases how we can use the community edition of the new Things stack. So that's also something new for me. And on top of those, we also have workshops. But next week is going to be a little bit more fun for us, I guess. And
yeah,
we will start, yes.
things will happen. So yeah, so I think on Monday I'm on my iPhone now, so I can't really see what you're sharing. But on Monday we do have Patrick from Intertech.
Yes.
That will be super interesting. So, and also I must mention that Patrick might be watching now, and Patrick is actually one of our students in the course.
hmm That I was not aware of, but I think he's also working at the managerial level at Intertech, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
And
that's correct.
they are working on quality and product quality assurance. So that will be also an interesting talk, I believe.
Yeah, so it will be that talk will be less about well, technical details. It will be mostly aimed at the use cases, the business cases, and where IoT could be really useful in especially in Intertech's eyes,
Setup.
of course. But yeah, so I think that will be for sure a very interesting session. So please join in and be live because there might open up a lot of interesting discussions.
hmm And then one more, I would say, very interesting lecture or guest presentation that would be on Wednesday on TinyML. So perhaps you have some information on this also, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I spoke with VJ yesterday, and he's a professor at. Let's hope I don't say wrong now, but is it Cambridge or yeah? So, but the thing is that he's responsible for the Tiny ML course, the MOOC, which I guess many of the students in this course, at least some of you, have done, in my understanding. And that's a really interesting thing. It's a big movement, and a lot of interesting things are happening now with machine learning combined with IoT. So the main reason this will be like a more of an introductory lesson where you can find, okay, what can you actually do with machine learning on embedded devices. But the combination of that knowledge together with low power wireless networks, I think a lot of interesting stuff can happen in the future just by combining these areas.
So it's a source of edge computing, you would say.
Yeah. So, and I know that they, especially I think in that course, they used the Arduino Nano 33 BLE Sense. I have a couple of those devices in my office. And so it doesn't have anything other than, the only communication is Bluetooth for those. But it costs about 30 euros. You can run TensorFlow Lite models on the device. And it is also containing a couple of sensors. You have a light sensor, accelerometer, temperature, I think. Yeah, there are a couple of sensors on the device. So yeah, you might want to shop after you've seen the session with VJ.
Okay.
So I'm sure that will be also super interesting. So I would actually really recommend to tune in on that session. And I think there is a value if you tune into that as well live, because then we have formed both the session on Monday and Wednesday rather as like open-ended sessions exploring the relations with IoT and Tiny ML and the business side of certification mostly. So if you're, well, a lot of the sessions will depend on live interaction, as I see it. So please join in.
And then, yeah, apart from those two interesting sessions, we also have workshops as usual, only on Tuesday this time, because on Thursday we have yet another fun event, and that is on or related to the slow TV day, slow TV or live TV, whatever you can call it.
Yeah.
So the idea here is that the Frederick will start from his home at 9:30 in the morning, and I guess you will be showing some use cases of IoT and automation in driving, right?
Yeah. So I'll let you wonder a little bit about that point, and you might see on the first day. But yeah, it will be a little about automation and driving and the link with IoT. So I actually might show some ways of capturing data in Grafana from a car. Well, this will be my car, and that will sort of be the start of the day. There are some things during that day which are actually, there might happen more than what you see on this list, and there might also be that we change some of the times, like something could happen like a half hour earlier or later, and we will announce that as soon as we have like a more detailed schedule.
Yeah.
But the point with this day is a slow TV day, and the main thing during the day, as one thing that is linked to the syllabus, is the 3D printing part. So first day will really be about 3D printing. We are going to have almost a half day 3D printing workshop. We have an unboxed Prusa in my office. It's been laying there for 2 months, and I haven't opened it, so I've saved that for this day. Yeah, I bought actually a drone just now, and we're going to play with that as well and see what we can do. And we might do some printing of cases for our devices. We might do some kind of IoT project. We're not sure exactly what, but well, you must suggest something. And we might also be visited by a lot of our TAs during that day. It all depends on exactly what we form from this. But it
But
should be a slow TV day. So think of it like the stora älgvandringen on TV. That's really my idea about this day.
and then there will be some like visiting of some projects like beehives or IoT for ships. I mean, what are those
Yeah.
ideas?
Yeah, exactly. So IoT for ships, we will walk down and look at what's been happening down at that project. We will also go and watch the connected beehives. We have a couple of beehives outside Tieto Evry. We'll walk and talk with them and talk about beekeeping. I mean, I'm not an expert in beekeeping. I'm far from an expert. I don't know very much, but we are going to talk to experts. So that for sure also will be interesting.
And everything will be live streamed by the help of near professional cameramen, right?
Yeah. So there will be actually 2 students from the media technology, from the media program, and when also yet another teacher that's helping out. So Romain will be helping out with the stream. So I wouldn't say it probably is far from professional, but it will be
Near professional,
as
yeah.
good as we can do it. So yeah.
And then we will finish the slow TV day, I guess, with a dinner and maybe some drinks. And if someone wants to join, even from the students group, I don't know, or we don't know where we are going to meet, but if you want to join, you should be welcome, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and there are still. I mean, it's a slow TV day, and actually one of the things, the idea with the day is that it should also be a little bit unstructured. That's like also the fun part of it.
Informal.
Yeah, so it's not like a detailed schedule of every minute during a full day, and no one is required to watch the full day. It's not that we require anything. It's the only thing that is a part of the syllabus during this day is the 3D printing part. And even if you miss the day, we will obviously like mark that session in time, so you will find it. You don't have to watch a full 24 hour just to find the material. So 3D printing workshop for sure, that is one thing that will be super fun. We have bought a lot of different filaments. Just that fact. We have carbon fiber and ABS, and well, actually I don't know what we have bought because we bought like a goodie bag of filaments. So we are going to try out a couple of filaments, build a 3D printer. We already have a 3D printer. We're going to do some designs. So we're going to maybe share a screen and interactively talk and do some designs. And how do you actually do your 3D printing project in a good way, like a practical manner? This is an applied course. So.
And then basically I created a list of items that I wanted to discuss. Perhaps it's on HackMD, so perhaps you're not able to see it. But the next point I mentioned here is about the video instructions on project tutorial or final report that you published, I think, a couple of days ago.
Yeah, please. Good that you mentioned that, because if you haven't seen it yet, it's important that you do. That is one of the most important things if you want to like be able to get the credit in this course and do a good tutorial. So please watch that, and please watch it before you have questions. If there is anything that is unclear, I'll obviously we'll have to sort it out. But I think I really made my effort to make it as clear as possible. So
yeah, I saw the video, and it's fairly clear. And if you still have any confusions or questions, just reach us out. And then the next item that I mentioned is the quiz 3 on IoT sensors and infrastructure is published today. Since we already covered a lots of theory, some knowledge, we shared some videos, we shared lots of resources. I guess most of you already have some basic idea about sensors, IoT, and different platforms and so on. So it's a good time to unveil this quiz, and it is published today. There is no deadline for this. You can take any time again, similar to other quizzes. But then quiz 4, that is on 3D printing basics, it will be published on week 31. So that is after the live TV day or live TV week. So the live TV week is on week 30, but the 3D printing quiz will be published on week 31. So we still have some time to go through that quiz. And then I have also mentioned some deadlines, because I thought as we are going closer to the final part of this course, and also because the deadline for final report or tutorial is August 2nd, that is week 32. And we are approaching basically in about 2 weeks, so 2 weeks and maybe 2-3 days extra. So prepare yourself, start thinking how you should work on your tutorial. What are the things you need to gather? What are the information you need to fill in your tutorial and so on? This is just reminder that the final report or tutorial is due on August 2nd, that is on Monday.
And also don't like worry too much. But if you're not aiming for a higher grade, you should be. It should be pretty straightforward doing a tutorial. Like you need to document what you've done, and you need to show all the steps and such. But if you're using a low-code IT platform, that's fine. So I'm just saying this because I know there are so many people in the course that are going to do fantastic projects and that have like a long expertise in the area, that maybe they are developers and third and fourth year students and even PhDs. So and if you're that student that is doing this as an introductory course, well, please, it's the requirements for the tutorial isn't like a mountain to climb. I'm just saying that keep it simple.
Yeah. And that's on week 32. And on the same week, basically, as soon as everyone submits their report and or tutorial, we will assign peer reviews. So you need to do at least 3, I guess, right?
Yeah. So last year we had 3, and I think that was a pretty good number. So that means that Canvas will automatically assign 3. So it will be randomized. The only thing is that if you are 2 that are working on the same report, you will hand in the same report 2 times. Like, so each person needs to hand in a report under their own name. Otherwise, it will be pretty messy. And then, so that's the only thing that we really need to think about. And also, I mentioned one change since last year, and I changed that just a week ago because of I got the question if it is possible to use GitHub instead of HackMD. And yes, it's no problem. I covered that in the tutorial video as well. So, and then you'll just put all the tutorial in README, in the README file in the same way. And it's still Markdown language. So you have more, I would say, more bells and whistles in HackMD. You can format with, they have some extra features, like which is not the standard Markdown language, but it doesn't matter.
So basically, you will submit your tutorial on Monday, that is August 2nd. And then you should be finishing your peer review by Friday of the same week, that is August 6th.
Yeah.
Because the following week, from Monday to Thursday, we will have a full week presentations for the projects that are looking for higher grades.
Yeah, and I can say that, I mean, last year we had these projects in Zoom presentations. And I can say that right away. There already, you can already see it in the tutorial report that you have the option of creating a YouTube video. If you by any chance are aiming for a high grade, and well, you cannot join the presentation because you don't have time, or you're doing something else, or you're sick, or whatever. You have the option of creating a pre-recorded video, and then we will play that video during the presentation round. So and what the presentation should include, we haven't really talked about that. Maybe that might be something that is a bit unclear, but it's it should be actually it should be a presentation when you're presenting your project. So the agenda for the presentation should more or less be the same points that you have in your tutorial. You need to explain what you've done, how you did it, and why you did it, and also pictures, videos, show your project. This is mainly a very fun way to showcase what you've done. So please make it interesting. And I think we said last year, surprise us, make it interesting, make us laugh, make it fun. Yeah. So be creative. I mean, the tutorial is really the way that we're grading you, and the video or the presentation, that's a way for you to be creative. Play some music, show some fun stuff. So it should be fun to watch.
And then this is about the week 33 basically for the presentation, and then week 34 is basically our final official week for this course. So that will be week for giving the final feedback and grading. But if in order to receive a grade, you must submit your final report. You have to finish all 4 quizzes, and you have to finish your peer review. And at this point, also for all the quizzes, the hard deadline is the real hard deadline for the quizzes is August 13th or week 33. Just to remind you that for the first quiz, 206 people has attended. For the second quiz, 156. So I think there are still a good number of people that are still missing quiz 2, and quiz 3 was just published today, so there you still have time. But until and unless you receive or you finish all the quizzes, you will not receiving any grade. So just keep in mind.
Yeah, and make it easy for us on our end, because if you keep the deadlines, it's easier for us to give you a grade in a timely manner. So it's really a way of doing things the easy way. Keep the deadlines, please.
Yeah. And one more final bullet points I had here, and it was already discussed yesterday, is the Things Summer Academy that was also mentioned by Jamie yesterday. And if you want to participate, the participation, I mean, if you want to get the videos, just the videos, it's free. So you can just register without any price, or without any cost. But if you really want to be an environment, talking to your mentors, talking to other students, getting all your questions answered, there is a minimum fee for the students. And then if you really want a certificate from the Things Academy, then I think you have to pay 99 euro. But overall, I think it will be a good experience also for the people who wants to learn more about LoRa and LoRaWAN.
Yeah, and also I think it would be super if we had many students that were attending the Summer Academy after our course. Well, I would be so glad to hear back from you after that Summer Academy and share your experiences, and and also that also might be a good way and test your knowledge during that Summer Academy, what you learned in this course. So I think it's a good match.
And yeah, it's a complementary course basically. So I think I have discussed most of the things that I wanted to, but then let me see if there is any question on Discord. So not yet any questions. Do you want to add anything on top of what we discussed?
No, not really. I'm ready to take a bath now, I think so.
Okay. Then have a nice evening, everyone, and enjoy your trip in wherever you are, Fredrik.
Yeah,
and happy birthday to your dad. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I'll greet him. So thank you very much. And it was nice that it worked for me joining in in this way instead
Yeah.
of just skipping out.
Sometimes you need a change, so it's a more fun way to join.
Yeah. So I'm myself really looking forward to next week, and I do really think that it will be fun. So please join in during next week. And I know that it might be a little bit. I mean, I think that we are on like the high end of material wise in this course, but as long as it's fun, I guess it won't matter that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, and have a nice weekend, everyone.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye bye.